Колеги, розпочинаємо наш наступний брифінг участі української делегації в Всеукраїнській асоціації ветеранів Афгану.
The next briefing is on the meeting of the Afghan veterans and internationalist warriors, the meeting that was held in Moscow. Sergei Kunitsin, Vitaly Kirutyak, and two members of parliament from Udar, and Yuri Vugin, the head of the state service on disabled people and veterans of Ukraine. Good afternoon, dear friends. We would like to inform you that yesterday, late at night, we returned from Moscow, where we participated in the third international meeting of the veterans of Afghanistan's local wars and internationalist fighters that was held in Moscow. There were more than 500 deputies there out of 11 countries of CIS, Baltic countries, veterans of Afghan war, and representatives of 42 regions of Russian Federation, also war veterans. Also, there was the former head of General Radionov, the former head of staff in Afghanistan, General Colonel Barinkin, and many others. Practically all former republics of the Soviet Union were there, representatives were there. There were four of us. Viktor Shustov, also the head of disabled after Afghan war. And there were different opinions on whether to go there or not, whether they will let us in or not. We went there and we surprised all those present. We had several objectives. The main one was to tell the truth about what's happening in the southeast of Ukraine. The truth about Maidan, the truth about the war which is waged in the ATO zone, taking into account the fact that we were all brothers in war, and the brotherhood at war is the most expensive thing, as Hemingway said. And what we saw in mass media in Moscow that shocked us, it did not surprise us, because the distorted situation about the events in Ukraine every day is on TV. What we managed to achieve at this meeting, I spoke as the head of Ukrainian Association of Afghan Veterans, and I tried to explain to all who were in Afghan war with us. I was trying to tell them all the truth we achieved when all the people stood up and commemorated the memory of Oleg Mikhnyuk, who was killed on the 21st of August, being in Lugansk Oblast. All the people present stood up and commemorated his memory. We said that there's no fascism and nationalism in Ukraine, that we have legal bodies of power, legal president, legal parliament, that Mr. Yanukovych left the country, that no one was doing anything, but he just left the country. We said that the bloodshed in the southeast should be stopped. There are dozens of thousands of people killed and wounded, and that war is to be stopped. The whole Congress supported us. They supported the idea that we need to address the presidents of Ukraine and Russia so that they sit at the negotiation table to stop this war. And we are happy that President Poroshenko, during his phone call to Putin, managed to achieve the ceasefire. We also spoke at radio Echo Moskvy, all three of us. That is one of few radio companies where you can tell the truth, and we were telling the truth to everyone. We also met with the chairman of the committee on internationalist warriors, Ruslan Naushev, who was the former leader of Ingushetia, and he helped us to participate in this meeting, in this Congress. And we also managed to talk to all delegations from former Soviet republics, from Baltic states. There was a very big interest to us from all regions of Russian Federation. All of them wanted to know the truth, and we were trying to explain the truth. And what gives us hope, that many of them were openly saying, guys, don't think that the whole Russia is thinking like the leadership is thinking, and what about they wanted to learn directly the truth, and we tried to explain the truth to them in official situation and in unofficial situations, that they understand that those people who saw blood and loss of friends tell the truth. And we managed to do that, and most guys who were at the war, who were at this Congress, they supported us, and they share our opinion that the bloodshed should be stopped, that it is the war where brothers kill brothers, and it will not result in anything good. And the conclusion we made is that we need to participate in such events, even if they take place in Moscow, and we need to try and explain the truth about what's happening in Ukraine.
Dear colleagues, you also know that better than us, that a propaganda machine of totally cleans any different opinion about events in Ukraine and in Russia also. And when we had a short discussion whether to go or not, we decided we need to use any chance, any opportunity, any contact, any place to break through this blockade. What they show on the TV channels, how they work on the audience. That is just this is just black lie, and these direct contacts and those people who got together for this third conference in their countries, they are from all Russian Federation, and they represent active society. And we know that they will inform what they heard from us. They will reach their people with the truth about the situation in Ukraine, and they will reach their audience, and that will be not immediately, but it will become one more step that inside of Russia, people to start to understand the situation, how it looks like, because it's a big problem. And with all the efforts, we have to shake this system. We know there is a big movement of Russian mothers and a growing part of Russian society which stands against the aggression. If from inside of Russia the society will set pressure on Putin, and quite strongly, it will be easier for us to stand against them and to solve the problem in the east of Ukraine. This is the situation. And we had meetings. You will see a video. We brought some pictures, a video. There's our statement. We saw how people, how they started to realize what's happening, because Russian propaganda doesn't give a chance to understand the situation, because they have no, except Deutsch and Echo Moskwy, there is no other opinion, and we delivered that opinion. There were some pro-Putin organizations, and later on we analyzed, and they were preparing anti-Ukrainian disorder. We broke that situation, and we turned the discussion, and we made everyone to stand up for the minute of silence because our Oleg Makhnyuk died. And so we reached the heart of everyone who was there, because all brothers, we were all fighting, and we spoke our language, our veterans' language. And after the discussion, 99% of those who were present, they were on the side of Ukraine. And when we were leaving the hall, somebody told glory, glory to Ukraine, and we answered glory to heroes. And so we did what we could to break through that Kremlin's propaganda. I think it's correct, and every context should be used in that sense. It will help our military men in the end. It will help to finish the war. If there is any question, you're welcome. Any question? Any question? Thank you very much. Thank you for your input in this information warfare. In fact, we need to participate in this. I'm the head of the subcommittee on freedom of speech in the parliament, and we spoke to Mykola Tomenko. He went recently with us to ATO. We saw the situation, the developments there. We'll discuss the situation in Moscow and Russia, and we'll take radical. We'll correct what we will correct our activities to stand against this powerful Kremlin's propaganda, because they prepare everything, all conditions to continue this war. And I would like to add for journalists that in the Parliament of Ukraine, we have 10 veterans of Afghanistan. With Tomenko, we were together with in one unit at the same time. Countries of Dumsk, we with Vitaly Soroka, etc. Andreyevsky. We have a group of Afghan vets for the future. I was elected the chairman. In Svoboda, we have veteran Sasha Mirny. He's a paratrooper. We are actively working. We are surgeons, Vitaly, I, and Tomenko. We visited ATO in Kramatorsk and Slavyansk, and we had a meeting with Afghan vets who fight in Aidar, and we took humanitarian assistance. And Vitaly, the head of the subcommittee. Really, as to information, we are losing, and we need to help seriously. And Tomenko as the head of the committee, and Vitaly as a deputy chair, me as chair of the organization of disabled, and we participate and we help the hospitals with medical equipment. We send humanitarian assistance every week. We send our Afghan humanitarian convoy to the east and south, and more than 80 Afghan in Aidar. We lost already 20 of them during these months. Just imagine, they went through Afghan war, Maidan, and guys who are 50 years old and who have children and grandchildren, they die for their motherland, like Oleg Makhnyuk did. So you must know that veterans of Afghanistan are with people, as it was, as it is, as it will be, like it was during Maidan and in this life too. So we'll defend Ukraine. How many representatives how many were there and representatives from which countries? 12 countries. Turkmenistan was absent and one more republic, but all the republic, Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania, Belarus supported us. Moldovans supported us strongly in all of this. Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, and 42 regions of Russian Federation, all geography, all Soviet Union, former Soviet Union. And only in the presidium there were 3 colonel generals, one general of the army. They, in private conversation, they come up and told guys, is it true that our military men die there and fight? They don't know about that. They don't believe in that. So that's why you see such breakthroughs. And such meetings are necessary, are needed. And there was a press that we came, and when we came, they were standing and they were greeting Ukraine standing, and they put it, as we were told, that at the beginning the mood was, there was an effort to show events in the East in a different way, because we call them separatists and they call them as rebels, etc. But our presence there after our presence, everything settled down. Their support will turn into some actions. You told that there were representatives from many countries, even from Russian regions. First of all, they will deliver information to our friends from Afghan vets, and also they supported us. And to speak to presidents of Russia and Ukraine, that was supported during this forum. It was the initiative of Ukraine delegation to speak to two presidents and to stop bloodshed. And what such an agreement was achieved today, so maybe there is also a part of our work in this, and we'll help the president of Ukraine in his efforts to get peace as soon as possible. Thank you. There are some materials you could show them on different channels. You can take them and use them.